officially the Purple Rain preview. Comment below if you think the Ravens are contenders
Mm-hmm.
or pretenders. That and so much more on this episode of the Purple Rain podcast. Yes. Welcome back. Episode 361 of the Purple Rain podcast. First off, honestly, let us know in the comment section if you can hear us. Hopefully that's all cleared up. That's what we care
Oh,
about
Alex, I
first
think
and
it's doing the
foremost.
same thing. I think
Oh
it's,
no. Don't tell me.
if I'm not mistaken. I,
Can you
I,
hear us?
I hope not. Let us know if you can hear. If you can't hear, then that's no good.
We here. Coach sent us. Yo.
Please let us know.
Good news.
My computer just did a weird thing. It did a weird thing that it's been doing the last couple of weeks. Let us know if you can hear. Please.
Oh.
Okay,
RJ
they can
says
hear
he can
us.
hear us. Devon says audio popping. That's better than nothing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna keep
Better
alright.
than nothing. Let's hope it corrects itself. Sometimes at the beginning of the stream, it's a little bit shaky.
They hear us.
Okay.
They hear us. Alright, we're good.
All right.
We're good.
Okay.
Awesome. Welcome back to
Let's
episode
keep it rocking.
361 of the Purple Rain podcast. The Luke Bawanko, Everett Lindsay, Sam Mustafer, Nick Samak episode of the Purple Rain podcast. A lot of news to talk about. It is a preview episode. It is a Sunday night football preview edition. It is the black jersey on purple pants edition of the Purple Rain podcast. That is always a very, very big one. I think my favorite uniform combo. We'll get to that. But first and foremost, you can follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain podcast. This guy over here on Instagram or on X at Sutton Def. Me, Instagram simply as10.prod, X simply as10. And honestly, I just got a little reminder from Lisa. We are a week away from Christmas.
Yeah.
One stinking week, 7 days away. Hope you have your Christmas shopping done. I have one wish for this week, and that's for the Ravens to win. So if they can bring us a nice little early Christmas gift, and then a little late Christmas gift next Saturday, and then even after that, on Sunday, beat the Steelers and get in the playoffs. That'd be very, very nice. But something I have to ask you: how you feeling? How you doing? And big game on Sunday. They're all big games of this one right here, Sunday night against a top 3 team in the NFL right now. You could say top 5.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. And you just let me know before we went on live here that you're actually going to be at that game in attendance live supporting the boys at the bank. That's huge, because this is going to be literally a playoff game. I know we've talked a lot about in the past couple of weeks, like, yeah, this game against the Steelers is coming up week is going to be a playoff game. This game against the Browns, we got to win. No, this game right here, it's now do or die. Last week, it was now or never. This week is literally do or die. You know what I mean? Because if you lose this one, now you're not in control of your own destiny anymore. Right. So you got to get the W here against New England. I'm feeling good about it, and I can't wait to get into it. But yeah, appreciate everybody for coming through. Make sure you guys like this video. Again, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Devon Johnson says in the chat it's going to be a bit brisk out there. What's the weather supposed to be like for this weekend's game?
49 during the day. I think low 30s at night. I don't care.
That's football
I'll
weather.
be there. Yeah, football weather. I'll be bundled up, have hand warmers. You can always take off clothing then put it on. So I'll definitely be over bundled, but I'll take a jacket off if I have to. But I'll be ready for it, and I hope it's cold. It suits our play style. I know you're there from New England, but a little heavy dosage of Derrick Henry wouldn't hurt anybody. We'll get into that, but I'm ready for it. And he says, "Cuss out John for me things." Wouldn't be the first time. I'll tell you that right now, Devon. Would not be the first time.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Giving a shout out. Excuse me. Jesus, my voice. Giving a shout out here to everybody who's here in the live chat. What's going on? Brian DeRosa, D-Wiz, one of our members here. Devon Johnson, always blessed. Taurus is in the house. What up? What up? 86 Ghost, another one of our members. Coach, Sip to Tally Film says Coach sent me. What up, Coach? Void is in the house. Andre is in the house. Chike is in the building as well, and so many more. Lisa Ann, JD13, Moggs. Man, appreciate y'all for coming through. King Tavies, Kwame, RJ, my guy RJ is here. King Blaze, what up, y'all? Appreciate y'all for coming through to this episode 361 of PRP. Of course, we always got to give a shout out to who's here live, but of course, we would be remiss if we did not send our love to the hashtag replay gang, which means if you're watching this after the fact, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on the video, and also comment down below. Of course, you can't be part of the live chat. Unfortunately, we hate it. You hate it. We know. Put it down below in the comment section, your questions, comments, concerns on this episode. But okay, let's go ahead and get into the Purple Rain preview for this one, Alex. And of course, we always got to start with nothing else other than the I word report. So I'm going to
Yeah.
go ahead and pull that up on screen here. Let's see. There we go. And
Yes.
Alex, let us
Yes.
know what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so start off with the Ravens. I'm not going to go fully into all the guys on the list because I think they mentioned like Teddy Buchanan is one of them. We know he's out. I'm going to focus on your limited and did not practices for today. So for me, first off, I'm looking at Chidobe Awuzie. Has not practiced the past 2 days with that foot. Definitely, if he doesn't go on Sunday, we'll be worried. John Jenkins didn't practice today due to illness. He'll be fine. Linderbaum limited today, was full yesterday. Stanley limited today. Van Noy limited today, but didn't practice yesterday. They're on track. Roquan didn't practice yesterday. Good for today. And then Lamar didn't practice yesterday. Illness, full today. I mean, we kind of expected that. So kind of only doubt right now is Wouzier. Outside of that, we're looking pretty good. Buchanan obviously on the IR out for the year. Can't get mad at that. And then moving on to the Patriots. Uh, did not practice for them. Carlton Davis, Marcus Jones, two defensive backs and linebackers, Harold Landry and Robert Spillane. I mean, if those two guys can't go linebacker wise, that's a big loss for them. I rate both of them, and then Carlton Davis as well, one of their better cornerbacks. So they're a little bit more banged up than we are, but I'm glad we got our quarterback back. I'm kind of glad we're at the point now when he doesn't practice on Wednesday. Like we're not freaking out about it. It's kind of expected. Let the man get healthy. It's year 8. He deserves a rest day. But like I said before, Woozie, I'm a little worried about. He's probably been our best performing corner, coverage wise. So if he can't go, that's a big loss.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I mean, Awuzie's been one of the Ravens' better corners all season, honestly. And that's not even something that Ravens fans saw coming. We thought that that was going to be kind of like a middling acquisition, mid or off season acquisition rather, and it ended up being a very very valuable pickup. On Eric DeCosta's behalf. So definitely is concerning the fact that he is not looking 100%, and hopefully he can go because the Patriots wide receiving core. Here's the thing about him. Like I was looking into him earlier, trying to really figure out, okay, where are they going to beat us through the air? Because they have one of the best passing offenses in the league. And it kind of baffled me because I'm thinking they don't have a legitimate wide receiver one, right, Alex? I mean, you're looking at Stephon Diggs, you're looking at who, Kayshon Boutte.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, what are we really talking about here? Mac Hollins. I want to say, I just don't really know who the Ravens are supposed to be afraid of, and that really points my attention to Drake May. With the second year guy, who's been looking really good, was honestly contending for an MVP. I think up until last week when he lost head to head against Josh Allen, who's now probably battling it out with Matthew Stafford now. Who we'll see how he continues his campaign tonight on Thursday Night Football. Can't wait to get into that later, Alex. I know you're going to want to talk about that one too. But yeah, I mean, for me, I think that this game really comes down to, can the Ravens hold up on the back end, because Drake May is going to throw the ball down the field. We'll get into that more, of course, when we get to our keys to victory and things like that. But you also mentioned guys like Robert Spillane, and who's the other linebacker? Let me
Harold Landry.
see, Harold Landry. Yeah, I mean, with a knee and an ankle respectively. If those guys can't go, you're right. I mean, if Henry gets to the second level and he's running into some backups, it could be scary for that Patriots defense, especially on the road in Baltimore. The Ravens are going to be loud in there. I know you're going to be loud. It's going to be tough to get the Ravens off the field if they can't stop Henry.
Yeah, big time. And we've seen that when your top linebackers aren't going, kind of just messes with the whole other parts of the defense. And those are their two starting guys, and Carlton Davis as well with a groin. With cornerbacks, that's nothing really to mess with. And I think after last week and weeks prior, we saw Zay Flowers. Um,
Hmm.
as long as he brings his hands, he will be a threat. The interception definitely sucked last week, but I thought he made it up. Even that deep ball, hopefully that kind of now, hopefully it comes in bunches of touchdowns for Zay Flowers. Was able to get behind the secondary, and Bateman looked like he'll be back. Really hasn't had a whole impact the whole year, but if you're going against threes, fours, fives, I'm expecting our $30 million receiver to win those matchups. And then back to the linebackers, likely Andrews, hell, Kolar. I have a little conspiracy theory about Mr. Kolar. I saw Lamar was like all excited for him today. I want to think he signed an
Lay it on
extension.
me.
I want to think he signed an extension because why is he so happy for him? But that's just delusion to me talking. Very well could be a big nothing burger. But
Are you
I'm
saying
glad you brought.
Lamar signed an extension on the low?
No, Kolar,
Oh,
Kolar.
Kohler did?
Yeah, because he was like Charlie,
Mm.
Charlie. Like he was interesting. Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm glad you brought the receivers as well. We'll definitely talk about them. It's like who do you zero in on this offensive, passing attack? It's so good, but who's the real catalyst? So we'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah, I think honestly, this is the perfect game, Alex, for the Ravens not to necessarily have to sacrifice their back end by bringing in a lot of DBs and pressure after Drake May. Like, bring that four-man rush. I mean, we saw the combination of Tavius Robinson and Draymond Jones lining up on the same side of the defensive line, with Travis Jones as well. That was impactful, right? Let's see a little bit more of that, right? And then drop more guys back into coverage. I think that Nate Wiggins matches up pretty well with Stephon Diggs, personally. I think that Marlon Humphrey probably or Cheeto Awuzie, if he does play, matches up well with a Kayshon Boutte, or Marlon Humphrey can match up well with him as well. So, this is the perfect game to kind of see where the Ravens pass rush is, because lately they've been getting better, kind of like piece by piece, very like painfully slow, but definitely they have, just kind of like inch by inch.
Mhm.
So I think this is going to be a big game for them. But that is the I word report. Now let's go ahead and get into our keys to victory, and as we always do with our matchup preview, we like to show you who has the edge in the matchup, right? So again, Patriots coming to Baltimore this week, the 11-3 Patriots, who hold the 2 seed currently in the AFC, taking on our Baltimore Ravens, who hold the 9 seed right now currently, who are 7-7. If you look at the live odds on the right side of the screen, the Ravens are actually favored to win this game, despite the records, which is crazy. Alex, is this not crazy? 7-7 is favored to win by 3. Vegas has given us 3 points over the 11-3 Patriots. What do you got to say about that?
And I'm gonna have to double down. Like our home form isn't the best. We've lost more games at home this year than I think we have in previous years combined. I know
Facts.
Cooper Rush was out there, but even dropping back to back at home against division rivals, that's not John Harbaugh esque. That's not Ravens like cool. We beat the Jets, but losing to the Rams, the Texans, like that's 4 losses at home. I'll take 2 maximum at home, but 4, that just is unheard of. And I would have, maybe had them as a 1.5 favorite, but Vegas loves us for some odd reason. I'm not gonna, get mad at it. Hopefully they know something we don't, because I hope everybody else sees, oh man, the 7-7 Ravens with this line, with the way they've been playing, the Patriots can easily cover or even beat them. Hopefully, the usually when the public takes one side of a bet, that goes the other way. But I definitely am surprised that we are favorites. I did not know that until now. Didn't even check.
Yeah. It's crazy odds. I would have never guessed the Ravens would be favored to beat the Patriots either. You see the over under for this game is set at 48.5. So I think that Vegas is also thinking that this may potentially be, maybe not necessarily a shootout, right? But maybe you get like a little juice in the touchdown department, right? Maybe a touchdown or two more than average, right? So I don't know where they necessarily expect that to come from. As a matter of fact, we can actually see here. The cool thing about NFL Pro, which is what this website is, it gives you all sorts of analytics, bro. I mean, so you get the live odds here, you get the edge here, or at a glance, which team is better at what. And then if you scroll down, and I promise you, this is not an ad for NFL Pro. I promise you, it's not. I'm just showing you how cool the website is, right?
Unless
But you can see. Exactly, exactly. But you can see right here, like how like there's projections. There's literal projections. So a lot of times I'll use this page here to make bets, right? And a lot of times it hits is literally just projections based off of the analytics and math, right? So if you see here in the touchdown department, nobody really is favored to score a whole bunch of touchdowns. I mean, Drake May 1.6 touchdowns is projected, right? So
yeah.
if you want to take the over or under 1.5, NFL Pro is saying you have slight juice on the over. So 2 touchdown passes for Drake May. I'm thinking maybe a garbage time one, right? Either one way or another. If you look at our Ravens, right, on the other side, Lamar Jackson is projected to score 2.2 touchdowns in this one.
Hmm.
2.2 touchdowns. And then you have Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews actually with the highest odds to score a receiving touchdown at point 0.5. So maybe we'll keep this in mind when we do our Purple Rain parlay a little bit
Definitely.
later. I mean, because we got to bounce back after last week. I feel like we got screwed.
Yeah.
But we're gonna bounce back. But just some interesting stuff. But back to the edge. Back to the edge. The Patriots, they averaged 27.3 points per game, which is ranked 7th in the league. While the Ravens are scoring 23.9 a game, which is ranked 14th. Point differential, the Patriots here's where they are really good. They rank 3rd in the league at plus 106. Now, you got to add some context to that because they haven't played a whole lot of good teams this year, right? I think the Bills is probably the first real team I could argue, right? I have to go back through their schedule, but the Bills were the first real team that they played, hell, maybe since the Bills, earlier in the season. Yeah, Alex, can you look into that for me? Can you see?
Yeah, I just pulled it up. Played Raiders, Dolphins, Steelers week 3 they lost. Blew out the Panthers 42-13. Beat the Bills. So from that last Bills game it went Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons, Bucks, Jets, Bengals, Giants, and Bills again. So maybe the Bucks, but that was when they were down to like receiver 4 and 5 at that point. Don't know
Wow.
how good you want to give that one, but they've definitely had an easier schedule than some teams for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. And we're going to look through like some of the strengths and weaknesses of this Patriots team and I guess kind of determine like are they really all what their record says 11-3 because it's not really giving that if to be honest with you so far as we're looking into it. But let's keep going here. Records in close games, the Patriots are 6-3 while the Ravens are 2-3 on the season. Average margin of victory, the Patriots normally win by about 11 points per game, which is ranked 14th in the league, while the Ravens' average margin of victory is 16 points, which is ranked 4th in the league. Turnover differential, this one's important. So the Patriots are pretty much dead even right now, 0, right? That ranks 13th in the league. They're not turning the ball over any more than they're taking it away. And the Ravens are -4 in that department right now, which ranks 21st in the league. And the Ravens have just kind of been scratching and clawing all season long, trying to get that turnover differential. Like it's like for a couple weeks, we're forcing turnovers, we're not turning the ball over, and then the next couple of weeks, Lamar Jackson is throwing an interception in what 2-3 straight games, and we're really not taking it away all that much. So got to get better there, especially if the Ravens to win in the playoffs, because that's been a big, big detractor of theirs in their playoff performances. Total penalties, the Patriots ranked 12th in the league, only with 87, and the Ravens ranked 5th with 77. So definitely got to be disciplined as we always know. But let's get down into these matchup comparisons here. So here's where we can kind of see which team has the advantage in which department. Now, according to NFL Pro, it's saying here, let's go to the key advantages. For the Patriots offense, the Patriots offense has the advantage over the Ravens defense in the following categories. Deep passing, as the Patriots rank number 1 in the league in deep passing. Also, passing versus no play action and passing versus no pressure. So basically, what this is telling us here is that the Patriots want to throw the damn ball, right? Drake May and Mike Vrabel, they've come to an agreement that hey, look, we're going to air this thing out, So if you can keep them in that, if you can force them to do that and kind of shut down Travion Henderson, and surprise, surprise, here's my first key to victory, Alex. Before I toss it to you, shut down the run and make them be one dimensional. I know their strong suit is passing the football, but if you can make that so that's the only thing that they can do and you can telegraph their punches, right? That is going to play into the hands of this pass rush and then the overall defense as well. And, and of course, the secondary, too. I can definitely see an interception happening in this one, especially against a young quarterback, Drake May. That's going to be my first key to victory, man. Shut down that run and make Drake May throw. I don't care how good he is at it this year. Make him throw. Alex, what's your first key to victory?
It's a little bit similar because I really liked the way the secondary played last week, and obviously Jamar Chase 120 yards. With all due respect, we're not playing Jamar Chase this week, and I know Stephon Diggs, in his day, top 3, top 5, still a good receiver, but I need somebody from the secondary to make a play, and that's gonna be my key. I need a turnover in there, or 2, or hell, maybe 3, but there's no way that we shut down the Bengals the way we did last week. I know they got in the red zone and they should have kicked some field goals, but the way we shut them down, even in that red area, you can't do it to this team. Drake May is having a damn good year, but he can make his mistakes. Saw it last week. He will make his mistakes. He will maybe make the wrong read, and you got to capitalize on it. You can't have balls go through your hands. You can't drop any interceptions. Somebody has got to step up. I know you've mentioned the Kyle Hamilton sack, but I'm gonna need maybe another Marlon pick. I'm gonna maybe need a Nate Wiggins pick because when you play good teams like this, you got to snatch the ball away, and that's something we see in the playoff games. We don't get enough turnovers. This is a playoff
Yeah.
game, in my opinion. You got to win it to me. And if you lose this game, I don't care if the Steelers lose. I'm kind of out on this team, but you got to do something. And I just think that the confidence from last week should be sky high because it's the same team that put 32 points in you 2 weeks ago, and you just go and blank them. Shut down everybody else but Jamar, and I'm fine with that. And you bring up stopping the run. They
Mm-hmm.
stopped Chase Brown. They held Samaje Perine. They didn't really have big days on the ground. So when they threw, you felt a lot better what you were doing. So for me, that secondary has got to step up, lock them down, and you won't win this game. If you get no turnovers, it has to be one or two, and this is why you get paid all this money. This is why there's so much resources and investment into the secondary for games like this.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And you talk about the offense capitalizing and punching in and actually scoring touchdowns. This was Todd Monken today. Quote, you have to maximize the plays that you do get. At times we did that on Sunday. At times we didn't, talking about in that Bengals game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, catch the ball, whether it be in the end zone, whether it be in the intermediate area of the field. I'm not just talking to Zay Flowers. I know a lot of people say I hate on him. I'm talking to everybody right now. Like, we have to get in the habit of playoff football now. These next 3 games are so crucial. I mean, again, the playoffs have already started. Lamar Jackson even mentioned that today. Like, he's felt like the playoff has started for weeks now. But like in this moment, like, it's actually good practice, right? I think that the Ravens, this kind of storybook ending to the regular season might be good for the Ravens. It might do a little good because we're starting to get in that area of our uncomfortability earlier. You know what I mean? Because in the playoffs is normally like when the stakes are very high. We kind of fold up because we don't have that same pressure towards the end of the regular season. Right now, towards the end of the regular season, it kind of feels like the playoff environment and atmosphere already because it's literally, if we don't win, we're not going to the playoffs. So it's like win or go home already. So I need us to get in that mentality and guys to really lock in and actually make big plays. Don't turn the football over and catch the damn ball. Like, because that's what's going to be important in the playoffs. You're going to be playing against a lot better teams on a more consistent basis, and the stakes are going to be higher. So I definitely agree with you there. And Todd Monken kind of alluding to, hey, look, like when Lamar is on and getting you guys the football, putting it on you. I'm talking to Zay Flowers. I'm talking to Rashad Bateman, right? I'm talking to Mark Andrews, all of them. Isaiah Likely. Capitalize, man. Finish the play. That's what it really boils down to, right? I mean, we got to finish the season. In order to finish the season, you got to finish these plays on offense. But let me go over to the other side of the football here.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens offense. Where do they have the advantage over the Patriots defense?
Whew.
Not in a whole lot of categories. The only one is going to be rushing out of the gun here, as you guys can see. The other ones where the Patriots defense has the advantage, at least statistically, over the Ravens offense, is short passing, passing versus no play action, passing versus no pressure, and long passing as well. The Patriots defense is statistically better and more equipped to shut down the Ravens offense. So in those areas, so it's the stats would suggest that the Patriots should win this game, but some reason, somehow, again, we scroll back up, the Ravens are favored to win. Alex, what do you
Yeah.
think you can really attribute that to?
Yeah. Lamar Jackson. I mean, it's just an easy answer, but I think it's the truth. When you have him on your team, it's hard to go against him. And when you see he just came off of a game where he made no mistakes, where he was doing everything right, like once again, it's hard to go against him. And you bring up their defense. Josh Allen's stat line last week was
Mm.
19 for 28, 193 yards, and 3 touchdowns. James Cook ran for 107. For me, that's the blueprint right there. I think we've seen so many of those games from Lamar where he won't throw for over 200, but will have 3, 4, 5 touchdowns. He's efficient. I mean, this is kind of a key for me, unfortunately, but like I don't want to get into it too early, but it's being efficient with what we do. And if you can get Derrick Henry going, for me, there's no reason why you shouldn't win this game. James Cook went for 22 carries, 107 yards, averaging about 5 a pop, and that just opens it up for everybody else. Khalil Shakir 565, Dawson Knox 3 for 37. 5 for 65 is like a Zay Flowers. He spawns in with that line. The 3 for 37, that's a Mark Andrews. Like, they have laid out this blueprint for us to beat this team, and I think you have got to just run with it. And yeah, their defense is they can win it in analytics and everything, but when it comes Sunday at the bank, you can throw them all out the window, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, I hear that, Alex, but it's hard. It's
It is.
hard for me
It is.
because when I'm looking at these numbers right here, I'm reading through them. It's on the screen for you guys to see. These are the passing statistics for the Patriots offense. Number 1 in deep passing, number 1 in passing versus no play action, number 4 in passing versus no pressure, number 3 in overall passing efficiency, number 4 quick passing, number 3 in the league in passing versus no blitz, number 2 in long passing, number 1 in short passing, number 5 versus the blitz passing. Oh my goodness. Number 1 passing versus pressure. I just don't like, it's in every single category. These guys are just like lighting it up. And again, a lot of it probably does have to do with the strength of schedule over the course of the season. But still, that's impressive, right? For a second-year quarterback to be putting up those sort of stats. Like, I mean, that's really good, which makes me believe, Alex, and this is kind of like foreshadowing into our next and maybe even our Purple Rain Parlay segment. We scroll up here, you look at that total. Wait a minute. Didn't I just say 46 and a half? Am I tripping?
No, it's
Did I
48.
say 46? 40. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
40. I
okay.
know
Okay.
because
Okay.
Devon
Good.
mentioned it. He said the over.
Okay. Yeah. That's right. 48 and a half. I think the over is going to hit, bro.
I do
Because
too.
I think that the Patriots, they're going to hit on a couple of deep passes. The Ravens are going to be desperate. Lamar Jackson is going to be pressing. I think he's going to score 2-3 touchdowns as well. We're already kind of building it up here. I mean, over 48 and a half, over 1.5 touchdowns for Lamar. That's 2 locks right there. If you ask me, because the Patriots aren't going to go lightly, especially even if the Ravens jump out to an early lead, the Patriots are just going to do what they do best: throw the football, right? And I'm just saying, man.
Yeah,
So, but do you have any more keys to victory for us in this one?
I do. And I've been to 4 games this year. I'm 1-3, unfortunately. I'm 0-3 on my last 3 games. But
Mm-hmm.
those games were against the Lions, the Bengals, and the Texans. And what did I watch? I watched Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams. I watched Nico Collins, and I watched Jamar Chase. With all due respect, none of the guys in that receiving core right now, the way they're playing, cannot hold a candle to them. And I think that's the difference between this team and the teams we played prior. I think we match up pretty well with them defensively. Zach Orr, show me that last week was not a one-off game. I'm looking at you through a microscope. Like, you have got to be perfect this game. The way they're playing, honestly, the thing I'm worried about most is Mike Vrabel. Like, I'm not worried about the offense or the defense. Like, I'm worried about John Harbaugh, part of my language, getting bitch out against Mike Vrabel. And then it shouldn't be that way, but that's honestly my biggest worry. Is if we could go down 10-0 and Harbaugh pisses his pants, and it shouldn't be
Yeah,
like that.
I could totally see that. We go down 10-0 early, right? Harbaugh abandons Derrick Henry in the run game. They're sending the blitz all night. Lamar Jackson has no time to throw. He can't climb and escape the pocket like he normally would in years past. I could totally see it. I could totally see that. But that's why the Ravens, again, they have to get off to a fast start. Got a super chat donation here by DWAS, but really quick, man. I mean, I mentioned it, I think, on the last episode of the show. The Ravens had not scored 2 touchdowns in the first half since the Miami game in
Yes.
October. And like, you have to replicate that sort of success on offense if you want to put yourself in a positive game script where you can feed Derrick Henry down the stretch of the game, right, and really lean on teams like we're supposed to be able to do. I think Keaton Mitchell plays a big
Oh
part in this as well. I mean, Keaton Mitchell is going to be a huge factor in this game, bouncing it out to the outside. I've been talking about Keaton Mitchell all week and all the podcasts that I've done. Um, just the way that he has that, like, he's fully healthy. I'll just put it this
my.
way. He is fully healthy again. He looks like a star running back. I think he's one of the top 3 players in the league who have touched 20 miles per hour on runs multiple times this season. The guy he's damn good, and he knows how to get to the second level, right? He can make a guy miss. He can jump cut, and he can be gone. Please make him a focal point of this offense. I want at least 7 to 8 carries for him.
Mhm. And you bring up the 20 plus miles per hour. He's hitting it on hundreds of less carries. And that's not an
Yeah.
exaggeration. I think Jonathan Taylor's one of them. Think about how many carries he has this year, and Keaton Mitchell is probably under, what, 30, I wanna say? Could be less
Right.
than that. He's not getting a lot of those carries. It's just like, this guy was a healthy scratch, and that absolutely just boils my blood because how's he gonna get snaps? Who's gonna take it from? When you're that good and when, you can make impacts like that off the bench, you find snaps, you find plays for guys like this.
Yeah.
DWA says here Brad Rogers is a referee Sunday. It would not be a Purple Rain preview without the DWAS referee notification. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
We'll be looking forward to seeing him on Sunday night. Hopefully for the good reasons, not bad.
Yeah. Any notable memories, Brad Rogers?
I was informed by DWAS his last Ravens game he did, 2023 Ravens Lions 38-6.
Okay. Well, maybe that's good for us. I don't
Yep. Yeah.
know.
Hopefully it is.
Yeah, 70 people watching live right now. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming through to this episode 361 of the Purple Rain podcast. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming through. Let's keep it rolling here. So let's go ahead and get into a score prediction. Well, before we do that, we got
Hold up.
another super chat donation. Somebody else making it rain here on this episode 361.
Cheek.
Chike, our guy. What's going on, Chike? Chike says, if I'm being honest, since our season is on the line, why can't we have Keaton and Derek in the run game where the Pats keep guessing all the time? I mean, I would love that too. Alex, you want to take this one though?
I will happily take this, and I'm not going to compare, but I've kind of just got. It started with the glove last week, like Lamar wearing the glove, and the last time he wore it was 2020, and that freaking debacle of a year. But I remember we started putting Gus and J.K. in the backfield at the same time, and it really helped open up the offense. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
snap! Imagine putting Keaton and Derek in the backfield, opening up the offense,
yeah,
because you really can't tell whether it's a run or a pass. And when Derek's in the game, it's most likely more than not a run. Keaton, more than likely a pass. Could be run, but it's here or there. Why not just throw them both in the field and see what happens? Right now,
yeah,
you're fighting for your life. I don't think it could hurt. I would love to see Todd Munkin open that up, but GK, I do agree with you. Have them guessing. If they're both in there,
yeah,
who knows what it is? And now with Rasheen Ali with a little bit of confidence in the backfield, you gotta worry about him with a touchdown last week.
yeah. And like I said last week on the show, like the game of football comes to three things: numbers, angles, and players, right? And if you have two guys on the field, Derrick Henry, who offers a totally different threat than what Keaton Mitchell does, right? I mean, like you said, when Henry's in the game, you know it's going to be run. When Keaton's in the game, could be run, could be pass. You put them on the field together, that just compounds the confusion for the defense, especially for those linebackers at the second level, who this is their main responsibility to clean up these plays, right? It really puts them in conflict, right? And it makes them hesitate just a little bit more, maybe just for a fraction of a second more, and forces them to take a bad angle, right? And that's what you see on some of those plays where you have both of those guys lined up in the backfield together. It really just confuses the defense. So hopefully we can see more of that. I don't see why we would not see more of that. I honestly can't help but think that if we had a younger, more innovative, more creative coach, no slight to Todd Monken, right? He calls what he calls, but some of these other teams in the league I've seen have utilized two backs in the backfield, and it really worked for them, especially even when they have a statue like quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Like it just they can still run those type of plays. So I totally agree with what Chike is saying here. We got to get some good angles though. Got to get some good angles. Let me see. Got a guy Coach in the building. Sip to Tally Films. What up, Coach? Appreciate you for coming through. What he said? He says can't because that puts more people in the box, and we can't block the regular people in the box. How long? That was a minute ago. What was he referring to on that one?
Yeah, to Brennan, Keaton, and Derek in the backfield at the same time.
Well, yeah. That's true too. But that's where I think also the threat of Lamar Jackson comes into play as well. If you can get those guys in the box to hesitate, right, and one of them misses, or maybe two of them misses, or maybe one or two of them hesitates, and Lamar Jackson or Keaton Mitchell or Derrick Henry gets to the second level, that could be dangerous. Now, I do get what you're saying, Coach. I mean, they're just going to load the box up, and of course, our front five hasn't really proven to be able to really block that up consistently, at least. But what I will say though, and we got another super chat donation we'll get to here in just a second. Um, it's kind of like one of those type of plays. Those type of plays you play when you have them on their heels, right? Of course, your
Mhm.
base offense, you want to be running the ball down there with Derrick Henry, play action over the top, things like that. I'm thinking like you run a play like that when it's like 2nd and 4, right? You're in plus territory, maybe on the opponent's 45 or something like that. Instead of going deep on 2nd and 4, run a play like that, or on maybe it's on 1st and 10 in plus territory, something like that. It's not something for the entire field. It's not. I'll
That's
admit
a good
that,
point.
but it's something that I do want to see at some point when the Ravens are driving down the field. Another super chat donation here. This one again is coming from Chike. Appreciate you, Chike, making it rain here on the Purple Rain podcast. Dropping the 2 piece down below. He
Yes.
says, "How much is Harbaugh controlling Munkin on offense?"
I'm gonna add to your point real quick as well. If
Okay.
Spillane and Landry are out, I would like to see that early, just to get a feel, dip my toes in the water. You know what I mean? Because if your starting guys are out back there and the backups are in, let me see what you're made of. Let me just punch you in the face real quick and see how you react. Moving on
Right.
to this, how much is Harbaugh controlling Munkin? Maybe in the red zone. I don't know. I could not tell you. I think there's times that Harbaugh hasn't liked what Munkin's called, and I think it's shown with his facial expressions. I'll tell you that right now. I don't think Harbaugh was expecting the whole hurricane play call. I'll tell you that. I think he was probably expecting the tush push, and I think more so he's kind of been critical of Munkin's play
Wait,
calling.
real quick, Alex, can you imagine if John Harbaugh really doesn't know like what we're about to run? Like on the sideline. Like, can you imagine like how he reacts to like he probably reacts to just how we do at home, right? When he sees
Yeah,
like, oh, fake tush push, he's like, oh, oh,
yeah.
oh my God.
It's like his facial expression sometimes like make it look like he doesn't know what's going on, like he's surprised.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
he very well could be having a poker face, but I would hope if
yeah,
if he were to be controlling it like 5 or 10%, but offensive coordinator for a reason, not an assistant. You're the coordinator. You got to trust him, right?
right. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But again, that might be another one of my gripes with John Harbaugh. I feel like as the head coach, you should have the reins over something other than special teams. You know what I mean? That's just me. Whether it be offense, whether it be defense, something. Um, Let me see. Shelly, another one of our members in the house. What's going on, Shelly? Appreciate you for coming through. Says all roads lead back to our offensive line, not allowing us to be great. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hopefully we can see some, and we haven't really talked too much about the O line today on this episode, but all signs point towards us seeing the regular five out there of Ronnie Stanley, Andrew Voorhees, Tyler Linderbaum, Daniel Faalele, and Roger Rosengarten. Now we did get to see a little bit, a little glimpse of Carson Vincent and also Emory Jones last week, who kind of showed some promise. I don't think that they'll be a go for this one, though. I mean, I'm sure, of course, they'll suit up, but I don't think that they'll see any playing time unless so one of those guys gets hurt. What was the I word report? What did they say about Stanley again? He practiced today or no?
Oh, let me take a look real quick. I think I still have it up. Give me a sec. He he practiced today. He was limited
Okay,
in knee ankle.
okay, cool. Yay Rock says the Hurricane was Harbaugh's play call. FYI.
Oh, there
Hmm,
we go.
didn't know that. Maybe that was on the Ravens Wired, which I don't care to watch too much anymore because it's like,
Oh,
what do
we're
you think
front
about that?
running low key. Like I want to see when
Yeah,
we lose low key. I kind of want to see it. I would still watch it if we lose. I know the views wouldn't be great.
right.
I still would love to see just how things go on the sideline. But I get why they don't. But
But I mean, they used to though. They
yeah,
used to. I remember
they
a
they
couple of seasons ago, they posted losses, and it felt more genuine that way. Now it's just like we post when we win by a touchdown versus the Jets or the Brown. It's just not. I don't know. I don't know. Not a fan of that. Not a fan. Uh, okay. So Alex, let's go ahead and get into our score predictions
yeah.
for this game. And of course, if you're watching live right now, please, please, please do me a favor. Do us a favor. Drop your score predictions for this New England Patriots versus Baltimore Ravens game on Sunday Night Football down below in the chat. And if you're part of the hashtag replay gang, again, salute to you. My name is Sutton Def. That is simply AS10 right there below me. We are the Purple Rain podcast. And if you're watching after the fact, please comment down below your score predictions for this game. Alex, I'm going to toss it to you first. Who do you think wins this game? And what do you think the final score ends up being?
I'll be honest, I'm not nervous. I've been feeling good about this game. I think the Ravens, they finally do it. 34-24. Score over 30 points. Give me the Ravens. The way Drake May played last week, I think it will continue over this week. I think I'm going to back you. I think Cole Hamilton has a sack, not only a sack. I think he hits them, without him looking. Fumble, Ravens
Mm,
recover, could change the game. I think we'll have, once again, exotic plays to force pressure to get sacks. But that's what you have to do. Do what you can to win. 34-24, Baltimore Ravens.
I love that. I love that. That'd be a very, very good win. It would also satisfy the over on the point totals. And also, I would assume that would satisfy the over 1.5 Lamar Jackson passing touchdowns.
Mhm.
I cannot wait to get to the Purple Rain Parlay
Yes.
segment, man. I can't wait,
It's,
man.
it's
It's
green.
going to be a good one.
It's
It's
green.
going to be green. There's just so many avenues I can just see. It's going to be green this week. So stay tuned for that part of the show. But for me, I actually think that the Ravens shock the world on Sunday Night Football. I think that they go in there, their home stadium, where they've been ass all season, and I think that they make a statement. I think that they win this game 45-17.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is that,
I think that this is one of those
am
games
I talking
where,
to Sutton right now?
yes, you are. You are the same guy who picked the Bengals to beat the Ravens last week,
Wow.
right?
Okay.
This week, I'm picking the Ravens to win, and not only that, but to win big. And the reason being is because, I mean, like you said, we looked at all of the stats, right? The Patriots passing offense and things like that. You can pretty much throw all of that out of the window when you throw a backed up against the wall Ravens team, and more specifically Lamar Jackson, where it's basically now from here on out, win and you're in. Just keep winning and you'll be in, right? I don't see the Ravens dropping this game on prime time. I see Lamar Jackson stepping up in this one. As we saw last week, he's getting the speed back. He's looking a little bit healthier. We still need to see a little bit more of the quick twitch agility, but I think we see some of that this week. It's going to be perfect football weather. Derrick Henry, Keaton Mitchell, I feel like we're going to have a big impact on this game. The Patriots run defense, you know, they're going to have it out. They're going to have their work cut out for them in this one. I'll just say that. And I think that the Ravens lean on them. They get off to an early start, 45-17 Ravens, man.
Oh, I'm even more excited now. Like I
Yeah.
haven't. I think for me, I'm kind of at peace right now. For me, if we were to make the playoffs, I want to win out. I don't want to lose a game and the Steelers lose. And, we play that little game. For me to take you serious, you have got to win out. For me to think you can do anything in the playoffs, you've got to win out, and it starts now. I think that's why I'm just kind of at peace. If we win, I'm excited. If we lose, that's the season, and I just wouldn't take this team serious. But 45 points to 17, um, I'd be my joy would be back once again. I'd be very, very happy, and that would definitely mess up some MVP odds. I'll tell you that right now. It would be a 2-horse race between, I think, Allen and Stafford.
Well, yeah, I think it's already a 2-horse race between Allen and Stafford because Allen beat Drake May last week. I think that kind of knocked Allen, well, not Allen, but I think that knocked Drake May firmly back into that number 3 spot. Again, we'll see what Matthew Stafford does on Thursday Night Football. I mean, prime time. This is a huge spot against a very good Seattle team. That's going to be a good game. But again, man, for me, if the Ravens win this game, can you imagine the narratives? And I'm thinking again, for me, I think the narratives would be like, okay, this is the team, the Ravens team that nobody wants to play right now. Of course, the Patriots, I mean, it'll be no sweat off their back. They might not get the 1 seed anymore, but they're still going to the playoffs. You know what I mean? They'll be fine. Um, and I don't know, man. I just think that the vibes will be back. I think the vibes will be back Sunday night, man. It's gonna be a great victory Monday. So
Ooh,
that's our score prediction for this one. Our bold predictions. You said Kyle Hamilton sack. A bold prediction for me. I'll go a touchdown score. A bold prediction. Give me a Rashad Bateman touchdown in this one. Bold
I
prediction.
need that. I
I
need
think he
that.
comes back, from that ankle. He has a red zone target and he makes the most of it. Give me
I
Rashad
need
Bateman
that.
touchdown in this one. Um, I probably won't put that in the Purple Rain parlay,
Yeah,
but it's
maybe a
just a
long
bold
shot
prediction.
parlay, but not
Yeah,
a
maybe a long shot.
yeah.
Maybe a long shot.
I like that
Um,
a lot.
but yeah, so that is our preview of the Ravens versus Patriots game. Both of us do have the Ravens taking this one home and getting the W at the bank. Again, let us know down below in the comment section if you're part of the hashtag replay gang who you think wins, how, and what is the score for that game. And maybe even give us a bold prediction as well on top of that. We'd appreciate it. But okay, I think it is time for one of our favorite segments of the week. I think it's time for the pick segment, Alex, right?
It is. It is.
And just to review from last week, I didn't do so hot. I didn't do so hot last week, unfortunately. I mean, every team played, so there were a lot of games. I only hit for 7 of them, 7 for 16, 44% on the week. Simply went 9 for 16, hitting 56% on the week. We got to bounce back. We got to do better, right? Alex went over half. I went underneath it. We got to do better collectively. So let's go ahead and get into our week 16 Purple Rain picks.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll tell you what. There are some teams this year I think that have screwed both of us, and I think the Buccaneers are one of them. They're on a 6-game losing streak, and I would not be surprised if I took them in every single game they've lost. So it's definitely some food for thought for this week. The Panthers play good against good teams and bad against bad teams. That's another thing, we got to talk about. But we're moving on now to a freaking banger of a Thursday night football. I know it always gets the motto of like, oh, the bad teams, but no, we have 11-3 against 11-3 Rams Seahawks for the lead of the NFC West, Lumen Field, 12th man. Oh, this will be a good one. Give me the Rams. I have the Rams knocking off the Seahawks at home. I know there's no Devontae Adams. Doesn't matter. I think Puka and the boys. I think the way Kyron Williams is playing help. Blake Corum's been playing well. Give me the Rams in this one.
Yeah, I also do have the Rams beating the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, I think the Seahawks are at home, right? They're in Seattle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I still have the Rams winning this one, even without Devontae Adams. I think it will be close, though. I think it'll be very close. I'm not exactly sure what the spread in this game is, but I'll go Rams money line, but Seahawks to cover the plus whatever.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, next up, a little NFC East matchup. Eagles, Commanders, Saturday, 5 o'clock. Give me Eagles in this one.
Yeah, Commanders, nothing to play for. Jaden Daniels shut down for the season. They're looking towards the offseason and the draft to give me the Eagles all the way.
And this one here is a great game on December 20th, Saturday night. Packers and Bears at Soldier Field. Could be the Indiana Bears with all these rumors circulating now. Not sure how much longer they'll be in Chicago. 9-4-1 against 10-4. I'm taking the Packers in this one. I know no Micah Parsons hurts, but I like Jordan Love. I like the way they've been playing. They're going to bounce back from that loss against the Broncos. Give me the Packers.
Yeah, I'm going to also take the Packers. Wait, did you say Saturday?
Yes, Saturday night.
Saturday, December 20th. That's actually my birthday. I didn't know that we were going to get NFL football on my birthday. That's actually really cool. That's really cool. I'll get to watch some football, some Packers, Bears, a classic rivalry. I'm going to take the Packers in that one, though. I mean, I love what I saw from Jordan Love last week, despite the loss against the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix. But, yeah, I'll take the Packers in this one.
And I mentioned teams that have found a way to screw me. Chargers, Cowboys. I've been high on the Cowboys. I don't know why. This is a game they should be losing. I think the Chargers are a much better team. But I'm going to just make another mistake. I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win this. I think they'll just have a bounce back game after a stinker last week. And the Chargers might fall into some trouble offensively. I think the Cowboys will take advantage of that. Give me the Cowboys in this one.
I'm going to take... Wait, is it... You said in Dallas or no?
It's in Dallas.
Got it. I'm going to go with the Chargers in this one. I think that the Cowboys are kind of reeling on the season. George Pickens has looked kind of dejected the last couple of weeks, not really seeming like he's into it anymore. Give me the Chargers in this one, who are fighting for a lot more than the Cowboys.
Yeah, I should have picked the Chargers, but I'm going to be dumb and stick with the Cowboys. Moving on, though, speaking of the Cowboys, the team who beat them last week, who I thought had no chance, the Vikings traveled to New York to play the Giants. Give me the Vikings to go on a little 2-game winning streak.
I will also take the Vikings in this one. JJ McCarthy gets another little layup right before the offseason starts to kind of prove that he is the guy. at QB1 in Minnesota, because that was definitely in question a couple of weeks ago, but he put together a couple of good back-to-back performances. I'll take the Vikings in this one.
Yeah, moving on to a little bit of a toilet bowl in Miami. Dolphins against the Bengals. Quinn Ewers against
Yeah.
Joe Burrow. Tua is the emergency quarterback number 3. And the Bengals right now, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you watched Zach Taylor's press conference, not to go off topic. Those beat reporters in Cincinnati sent him a mean blitz talking about his contract. It it was the point, if the Ravens reporters did that, I'm not sure you'd ever see him on the planet Earth again. The questions they were asking him, it was, if you have a chance, watch it. It was definitely intense. But for this, I'm taking the Bengals. I think Quinn Ewers going to throw like 2 or 3 picks. And if they don't win this game, the Bengals, Zach Taylor might be out of a job pretty soon.
I heard something about like a secret contract extension or something like that. What was that about?
He allegedly signed it after they lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship a couple years back.
Huh.
And it never got reported, never made its way to the media. And apparently it's valid till 2027.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So they really doubled and tripled. Okay. I mean, well, that's interesting. It still, doesn't mean that they can't move on from Zach Taylor. I do think that they'll use that as an excuse not to move on from Zach Taylor. Just the Bengals. I am going to take the Bengals to win this game. The Dolphins, man, they are just spiraling out of control right now. Quinn Ewers. Last good thing I heard about Quinn Ewers, to be honest with you, was when he was in high school. I don't really have too much faith in him, to be honest with you. Hopefully he does well. I'm rooting for him, but give me Joe Burrow and the Bengals in this one.
All right, here we go. A little NFC South matchup. The Buccaneers, who just don't want to win the NFC South, and the Panthers, who just don't want to win the NFC South. Panthers, a great opportunity last week to beat Tyler Shuck, who has a funny song, a great song now. Don't know if you heard it, the one the Saints fan made. Who Getting Shucked Tonight? It is a great remix. Definitely recommend it.
Was that the Gunna song?
Yeah, the Saints fans are like, they're a different breed. I don't know what they do down there in New Orleans, but they are some of the funniest fans out there. And the Bucks, like I said, who just a 6-game losing streak. Don't know what's up with them, but I'm taking the Bucks in this one. I shouldn't be. The Panthers play good against good teams, but I'm trusting Baker. I'm trusting Mike Evans. Trusting Igbuka. Buccaneers for me.
Yeah, had it not been for a Kyle Pitts ass cheek, right? The Bucks could have won that game last Thursday night. They could have, right? The Panthers, again, they're just way too inconsistent for me to ever bet on. I got to go with the Bucks in this one. Maybe Panthers cover the spread, but I got to go with the Bucks.
Moving on to the Jets and the Saints. Once again, I'm going to say it. Who getting shucked tonight? Give me the Saints.
Yeah, I'll take the Saints over the Jets. I don't think I've hit on any Jets pick that I've taken this season. Give me the Saints.
Bills and Browns. I had faith in the Browns to cover last week, and it didn't happen. Kind of fell apart. Don't expect Jerry Jeudy to be there next year. The way he's been kind of playing and his play on the field has shown. Bills in a landslide.
Yeah, definitely Bills by whatever the spread is. Actually, what is the spread? Probably like what, minus 13.5, something like that.
What is the spread? 10.5.
10.5. I'll go. Wait, it must be in Cleveland, huh?
Yeah, it's in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'll still take the Bills and the spread. Honestly, minus 10.5.
All right, the first meaningless, I'd say, Chiefs game in a while. Chiefs and Titans in Tennessee. For fantasy purposes, I have a
toilet bowl.
It's honestly a toilet bowl. I have Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce. I'm in the playoffs of fantasy. I need them to go off this week. I just don't trust Gardner Minshew. I'm going to take the Chiefs just in hopes that my fantasy team can stay alive and win the Super Bowl.
Oh man, it is championship week in the fantasy football leagues, huh? That's crazy. Oh man, I don't think I didn't even make the playoffs in our league, man. I didn't even make the playoffs. You did though. You did. You're in the semifinal. You're ranked number 1 in the league. And you said you have who again?
Oh, this is in a different league. I'm sorry. In like my big money league with bragging rights as well.
You're really good at fantasy football this year. Jeez.
Oh, I went 3-11 in a big league. I wish I won. I took Jaden Daniels, AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson. I thought I had the team. Three big duds. I went like 0 for 3.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the Rain Gang Fantasy League, you are ranked number 1, and you're in the semifinal this week. And I mean, only problem is you do got Patrick Mahomes at starting quarterback.
Oh shit, I forgot I got him. You're right.
So
Thank you.
gotta swap him out. Gotta swap him out for sure. You're actually playing against my cousin in the semifinal,
Uh
which is
oh.
funny. Yeah. So we'll see how that one shakes out. I've been asked at fantasy football all season long, but where were we? I'm sorry. Where were
Chiefs
we at?
Titans. I'm sorry. Chiefs
Chiefs
Titans.
Titans. Hmm. Who cares, right? Give me the Chiefs, though. Give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
Here goes the game I think you'll care about. 4 o'clock, Jags, Broncos in Denver. Devon mentioned it. Jacoby Myers just signed a 3-year, $60 million extension with the Jags. You know, like what he's done since he got traded from the Raiders, found himself a home. Cool and all, give me the Broncos. They've been looking really good.
Yeah, I also have the Broncos in this one. Bo Nix really showed out last week against the Packers, man. Throw after throw, making play after play. Loved what I saw from him. I've been believing in him. I've been a big Bo guy, right, since he came into the league. I'm going to go with the Broncos in this one.
Moving on, the Falcons and the Cardinals. A little nothing burger. Give me the Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett. Just throw it out there.
Yeah. No, give me the Falcons in this one. I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Raiders, Texans
for sure.
But here we go. If there's any 4 o'clock game I'm looking at, is this one right here. Pittsburgh Steelers heading to Ford Field to play the Detroit Lions. I want to give you a stat in the past couple of games.
Okay.
Jahmyr Gibbs went 3 touchdowns, 0 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 0 touchdowns. One of this week. Would love Jahmyr Gibbs 3 touchdowns against the Steelers. I will take the Lions. I think they will beat the Steelers, although Steelers have looked good. I'm looking at who they're playing. They played the Dolphins last week. You know, that whole little catch or no catch against us, and we're unserious at points, but I like the Lions in this one. They aren't even in the playoff picture right now. Give me them to win and keep their playoff hopes alive. Come on, Jared Goff. I know you have something for me.
As much as I want to agree, I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one.
Really?
They're not going to make it any easier on our Ravens to make the playoffs. It's just not how this season is going to go. We got to get it out of the mud. Now what I will say is that stat is pretty wild. 3 touchdowns, no touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, no touchdowns. And now what does Jahmyr Gibbs do? You know what it's giving to me is betting on 2+ touchdowns for Jahmyr Gibbs. Like that's what it seems like you might be able to sprinkle something on and get a nice little ROI, right? So, but I'm gonna take the Steelers in this one, in a close one.
Yes. All right, final game. Obviously, we picked the Ravens. 49ers, Colts, Monday Night Football in Indianapolis. Give me the Niners. Colts at least put up a fight against the Seahawks, but I have the Niners winning this one by at least a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Phillip Rivers will have a chance to throw the football in this one. The 49ers have no pass rush at all. They have the least amount of sacks in the league with only 16, I believe. Absolutely pitiful. But even with that being said, and him being able to hand it off to Jonathan Taylor, I do think the 49ers are just playing better overall football right now, better coached as well, I think. Give me the 49ers as well. I'll take the 49ers.
And there you have your Week 16 NFL picks. And how about this? Let's do this. Let's make some money. Why not?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into our Purple Rain Parlay segment.
As always, please gamble responsibly. Firing up the old FanDuel. We already know a couple of legs we like. Lamar Jackson, 2+ passing touchdowns over the total of 48.5. But let's talk about the third and final crucial leg. Any props you like? Any players we're thinking about? What you got?
So, we always got to start with the rushing yards. What is that looking like?
Let's see for NFL. Where are the Ravens and Patriots at the bottom for us? We have...
Because last week, real quick, a review from last week. Who do we have? We had Derrick Henry, the over on rushing yards. That hit. We had Lamar Jackson, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That hit. The only thing we didn't hit was over on Isaiah Likely receptions, I want to say. We picked over 3.5 receptions for him. He got none, no targets, no nothing. So Do we stay away from him altogether this week, Alex?
After looking at these Russian props, I think we do. Russian wise for the Ravens, Derrick Henry 79.5 yards, Lamar Jackson 33.5 yards, and Keaton Mitchell 22.5 yards.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could easily take the over on Henry and Keaton. You know, I know it's only a 3-legger, but both of those sound good. Which one has better odds?
Derrick Henry is minus 114, Keaton Mitchell is minus 114. Same exact odds.
Okay. This is, and you said Lamar Jackson's rushing line was at what?
33.5.
Yep. See, Vegas is thinking Lamar Jackson is getting healthier, like piece by like little by little, right?
Yeah.
JD in the chat says over on all three of those. Yeah, I mean,
If your prediction is true, that's how we put up 45 points, is running those three guys.
that's a fact. But I think that Derrick Henry over 79.5 is probably the best play, only because the volume of carries that he's going to get, and especially after the Ravens offense, offensive coordinator Todd Monken seeing how effective he was in the second half of that game in the cold, right? I think he's going to throw the same sort of game plan at the New England Patriots in this one. Of course, like you said early in the show, linebackers are weak right now. They're kind of banged up. I like Derrick Henry over 79.5. I do.
Okay. We're going to throw that in there. Going to get to our passing props. Passing touchdowns. We're going to do Lamar 2+, and then the over will take us to a grand odds of it's 47.5 on FanDuel. That's plus 333.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
That's a very, very good 3-legger. Yeah. We love to play around with some lottos.
Got to be lotto. Yep.
I'll tell you this. I played Keaton Mitchell up to 40 yards. I think he's breaking off a 20-yard carry easily. Okay. That could be my delusion. Just throwing stuff out there for rushing for 40+ for Keaton Mitchell. They get you to plus 310.
So Keaton Mitchell, you said 40+ rushing yards, and then what else gets you there?
That's that. So 40+ rushing yards is plus 310. Okay. Yeah.
So we need one more because we got to do a 2-leg lotto. It's got to be a big lotto for sure, guys. Plus 1,000, right? Because we can look at anytime touchdown score, right? Because I was thinking, Alex, like before we came on live, I was thinking, like, do we want to bet? Because last week we bet Keaton Mitchell anytime touchdown, but I think it is smarter to bet the rushing yards for Keaton Mitchell because he could break off a big run, but maybe not necessarily score a touchdown, or he could accumulate a bunch of small runs of like 6, then 8, then 9. You know what I mean? Like he that's what he tends to do. So I like the rushing yards there, 40+ from Keaton at plus 310. I love that. You want to look at some? Well, let's take a look at the receiving yards.
Who you got?
Zay Flowers. Let me guess. Hold on, don't tell me. Zay Flowers receiving line is at 61.5.
Oh, 62.5.
Oh,
that's how you know. Close. Like that's how you know your team, because when you're that close to their over/under line, that's beautiful. What do you think Rashad Bateman's at?
Bateman, I'm gonna say didn't play last week. I'm gonna go 19.5 for Bateman.
Very close, 21.5.
Okay. So they're still giving him the 20. Cool, that's respectful. Okay. And then who else we got?
Andrews 33.5, likely 25.5, Henry 9.5, and D Hop 10.5.
You said Andrews 33.5? No, I don't forget Andrews. I'm not doing Andrews. I'm not doing
This Andrews fella's too much.
Yeah, bro. He had 9 yards the week after he got extended. 18 yards the second week after he got extended. So I guess he's on pace for 27 yards this week, right? If we had to guess it. Hold on real quick. We got a super chat donation. This one's coming in from, let me see, Mad Rasta. What's going on, Mad Rasta? Dropping a 5-piece in the chat. He says Ravens need a number 1 wide receiver. I'm happy we crushed Cincinnati's season. Oh, trust me. You and us both, brother. I mean, Cincinnati Bengals fans, I can remember on Thanksgiving night they were in my mentions heavy, talking that trash, right? And I just kept telling them, okay, we'll see you in the playoffs, right? Not happening, right? We ended up demolishing them 24-0, blanking them, right? To the point now where they're literally looking themselves in the mirror and questioning their future in real time. It's actually kind of crazy. Actually kind of crazy. Thank you for the super chat donation. We got another one. Chike also making it rain with the 2 piece. Appreciate you, Chike. Says, what do you do with Tua after this season? Like, wow. Yeah,
Well,
Tua.
yeah.
What do you do with him? Because you can't even really make him a backup anywhere. Like, what good backup qualities does he have? Right? Is he durable? No. Right? Does he like give you continuity with your offense? No. Like, is he tall enough to see over the offensive line on a consistent basis? No. Like, what are we really talking about with Tua? It might be time for him to shut it down.
We'll talk. Yeah. What offense wants him? Who's paying him? Who's paying him 40 million a year?
Yeah, not me. Not me. I tell you that. So he doesn't have
Kwame.
the same luxury as Kyler Murray to go and play baseball either.
Tua
Here's
can
the
go to
thing.
the Raiders, Steelers. He can go to. I, I'm not sure where else he's gonna go. There's not many teams. I mean, who knows what the Cardinals do quarterback wise? What other teams you got out there that need quarterbacks?
I don't know. That contract is terrible though. Like Mad Rasta says in the chat, like it's horrible. So he won't ever get a payday like that again. But he did get paid. He did
He
get
got
paid.
paid.
So there it is. He won't be struggling. Um, But again, back to the lotto, we said Keaton Mitchell 40 plus rushing yards, and then what was the other one we were kind of debating over? It was the receiving yards, right? We're not doing
Yeah.
Andrews. Likely, I think we should probably stay away from 2. You said 25 yards. Zay 61 and a half. Zay's gonna. Here's the thing. Zay's gonna get the volume. He's gonna get the targets.
Yeah.
He's gonna have the opportunities. Does he continue and build upon what we saw last week? Do we see another deep ball from Lamar Jackson to Zay Flowers? I think we
Well,
do see another deep ball
I
from
do
Lamar
think.
to Zay,
Yep.
right? And if that happens, that dramatically increases our percentages, our odds of that hitting the over 60, 2.5. So, but that's not really a lotto type of
It
pick,
takes
though.
us to play plus 600.
Yeah, that's not really a lotto type of play. Touchdown scores.
We have Henry minus 125, Andrews plus 145, Flowers plus 170, Lamar plus 310, Likely plus 260, Bateman plus 380, Hopkins plus 550, Keaton plus 550, Ali plus 700, Kolar 950, Tez 1200, LeJontay 25, Tylen 27, and Ricard 2200.
Man, this lotto is pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. To get to over 1,000, what are you thinking, man? I'm kind of stuck here.
I'm taking your bold prediction,
Okay, all
and
right,
that's a plus 1400.
got it. I mean, I love it. I didn't want to do it, but it seemed like we have no choice, right? Like
Yes.
it seemed like it's the option that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Bateman in the red zone, first game back off of injury. I think Lamar does find him. Bateman is one of the biggest threat, maybe probably the second biggest threat, receiving wise in the red zone for Lamar Jackson behind Mark Andrews, I would say. So yeah, I like that. Rashad Bateman, anytime touchdown. Keaton Mitchell, 40 plus rushing yards. That is the lotto that brings us up to what again?
Plus 1400. And for our safer 3-leg parlay,
Mhm.
Derrick Henry over 79.5 yards, over a 47.5 points, and Lamar Jackson 2 plus passing touchdowns.
There you go. There you go. I think that's the winner. I think that's a
That's a winner.
green bean right
That's a
there. We will
winner.
report back next week to let you know how we did, but that is going to be our Purple Rain Parlay segment. And as always, please remember to gamble responsibly. Okay. So, again, it's been a very fun episode 361 of PRP. Before we get out of here, though, I do got to ask you
Any
something,
new?
Alex. Yeah, I
Okay.
got to ask you
Okay.
something. Who do you
Okay.
got in this Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight tomorrow?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'm not watching. um, it's a lose-lose for Anthony Joshua. It's a lose-lose. And is there any like weird clauses in this? I haven't paid any attention to it.
No, it's just a straight up exhibition. It counts. It goes on both guys' records, so it's gonna be a fight.
I feel like I'd be wrong if I'm wearing an England kit. Cannot go with the English guys. I'm gonna go with Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I mean, I said it earlier on the show. I'm going to go with Anthony Joshua as well. I do think, however, you're going to see a viral moment online. There's going to be a clip of Jake Paul clipping Anthony Joshua at some point in the fight, and that's going to be the big viral moment, and that'll be the win for Jake Paul. Even if Jake Paul loses the fight,
Yeah,
like that'll be like the W right there. He got his viral moment, right? Everybody kind of knows he's already marketing this thing as like a David versus Goliath sort of thing. I don't know if you saw the face off. It's all over social media today. He really can't lose. Jake Paul really can't lose. Anthony Joshua really can't win. You know what I mean? Like he's not going to be regarded as a better boxer if he knocks out Jake Paul. But if he loses, he's going to lose pretty much everything. So it's going to be one of those. I'm definitely going to watch. It's going to be Friday night on Netflix. Right? It's super convenient. It's going down in Florida. I'm gonna check it out. I feel like most of the world is probably going to tune in just because. But
yeah,
just wanted to ask. Let me see. Mog says Tua to the Colts with Danny Dimes injury. Um,
depends.
Maybe, but Anthony Richardson is right there. They opened up his practice window this week, and I think that they probably want to give him another shot. I think that the fans
Yeah,
are kind of romanticizing that idea of giving Anthony Richardson another shot at it. But what do you think about that?
I hope so. For the sake, I have a lot of his cards, trading cards. I would love to see Anthony Richardson. I was big on him, and I hope it. Because he's made throws that you're like, holy hell, like that's a great throw, and then he just has moments where it's just going off the field because you're tired. There's just some stuff that you really can't excuse. I don't think Till would go there. It'd be a huge humbling for him. I think he'd take a vet minimum. He'd have to. I don't think they'll pay him anywhere close to that money. And I don't know. I think he must be a starter still. As somebody mentioned the Jets. Definitely could see that. They gave Justin Fields 40 mil and they benched him like halfway through the year. So that it'll be interesting offseason like it always is. But then you have the draft as well. Will they draft a quarterback, the Jets? I know Woody Johnson just wants to win now. I'm not sure what he'll do. Um, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
the,
NFL
the,
is a crazy topic. I wake up to news, go to sleep, there's news, you wake up, there's new news. It's weird.
yeah, it's definitely a soap opera, right? The NFL really is. That's why you appreciate it, man. There's a lot to look into. It's entertaining all week long. Honestly, all year long, the NFL keeps us entertained. But during the season, it's literally every day, every hour, there's something new to react to. So we
Yeah.
appreciate you guys for locking in with us here at PRP, the Purple Rain Podcast. Again, this has been episode 361 of PRP. This has been a great episode. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming through. Each and every one of you guys who watched live, shout out to you. If you're part of the hashtag replay gang, you made it all the way to the end here. Shout out to you as well. You are a real one, a real Purple Rain pioneer, Rain Gang family member to the fullest, man. We appreciate you guys. But listen, we will be live, of course, in the coming days. I'll be doing my sudden reactions. Of course, we'll be live next Monday reviewing the Patriots game. Hopefully, we come back on a victory Monday, right, Alex? And we can actually, celebrate instead of being, because it's going to be very two different conversations, right? It's
Yeah.
either like, okay, full speed ahead. We are back. We just knocked off the Patriots. Let's go make the playoffs. Let's win this thing, right? Let's go on a run. Or it's going to be, we need to fire John Harbaugh. It's going to be no in between. It's going to be
And we'll
no
be
in between.
we'll be firing up mock drafts a little early this year as well. It'll be before the new year. We got the mock draft up. I'll tell you that.
Right, right. So, but either way, make sure you stick around with us here at PRP. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel as well. Again, my name is Sutton Def. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def, just like it's spelled below in that handle down there. You can find this guy over here on Twitter at SimplyAS10 and on Instagram at SimplyAS10.prod and pretty much just anywhere at SimplyAS10. With that being said, I'm going to let my guy Alex take us out.
Yeah. Thank you for coming through episode 361 of the Purple Rain Podcast. We love you. We appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your birthday, Mr. Sutton, on Saturday.
Appreciate that.
Wish I had birthday in the chat, please and thank you. But yeah, have a fantastic weekend, and hopefully the Ravens bring you home a little victory dub on Sunday. As always, stay positive and test freaking negative.
Yes. And never, ever, ever forget, even on the rainiest of days, to call God. This has been episode 361 of PRP. We're going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.